Hello and welcome to moinframe. My name is Justus and today we are working on the moinframe website again. Besides a little housekeeping, I thought about adding the possibility for writing blog posts. And a second topic is transcripts. I stumbled across the awesome defuddle library written by Steph Ango, mainly known for his great work with Obsidian, which can turn websites and also videos into Markdown. Let's see how we can integrate that. The way I like to start such a project is with the content modeling. So we are making like a little concept that's pretty easy for a blog because you have like a blog page which shows all posts, and you have a post which is there for the content of each article you publish. So I like to model the content first, because then we have like all the fields and we can have dummy content to work on the front end and the styling. So we are here in my post.yaml pages blueprint. I have created a posts and post. I like to keep it this syntax. So you see video and videos. It's pretty easy to match those together because they are related in some way, right? So that's how I like to start. I've copied my default setup, which is just like some image options and some status. And a basic tabs structure for SEO and 2 columns for our content. For the status, I like to remove the listed status because I want to publish those blog posts via the date, right? So they are ordered by the published date and they don't have a manual order. So that's why I have overwritten the status here with draft and unlisted, and basically removed the third listed status to have just the ordering by date or by published date. And in the content, I have 2 main columns set up. So 2/3 and 1/3 column, just to have bits of separation. And the 2/3 column is, of course, our main column. So we can add in our main field. And this will use the pure blocks field. So I don't want to have layouts here. I don't want to have 2 columns or other kind of settings, but just straight headlines, text, images, whatever. So we can use our blocks field here. So I'm extending fields blocks. That's a field I have set up here. It's called blocks. And this will just inherit like all the typical text, link, and media blocks. And in our sidebar, we can think about the metadata we want to have for each blog post. And I think that would be the published date, but also maybe an author. It will be me, but maybe in the future it grows. And also a tag category. So maybe it is possible to use tags in the future to separate or to categorize some posts. This means we have our published field, which is a date field, and it defaults to now. This means it when I create the page, it will fill out the current date. And we have a display date. This is just the German and Intel date format, to make it appealing for me. This will not differentiate the saving, but just the display in the front end of the panel. And then we have an option for author. And I thought about adding related videos. So if I publish a blog post that is related to a video, I want to be able to link it to this blog post and display it there. That's why I use the pages field and call it related videos. The videos itself are managed in our video and videos blueprints. Those we have worked on before. So each video is basically a page. That's why we can use the pages field here. And for tags, I think I will tackle those later. Right now, we will concentrate on like videos and just published content. Besides our detail view, we also need the basically parent page that inherits all blog posts. That's our posts blueprint. And in here, I've also set up just a simple blueprint with all the basic informations. And we have sections. And I want to have a pages section that displays all children, so blog posts, in the order of the published state. So we have a section called posts, type pages. We will limit the template that can be used as a subpage here to posts, so just posts. We will sort by our publish field, and we will limit for the pagination. So just 10 blog posts will be shown at the same time in the panel. And then we have the pagination to go on. Now I've already created the content. So in our storage content folder, I'm using a little bit of different setup here, but basically this is the normal content folder. I have created a posts subpage with the posts.en.txt file. This will link the blueprint we have created to this route. And I've also created a simple first draft of a blog post, which has the post.en.txt file. Let's have a look in the panel. Here in the panel, we can move to our posts page, and we can see this is our section we have created, which has the first post visible here, and I can open it up. And here we can see the main column with 2/3 and just blocks, and the metadata related over here with the published date and the author. Let's see if creating a new post works. So we can click add, name it test. It will be generated under our page posts test. It will be draft and the current date is set in. So nice. To make it a bit easier to add new posts, I would like to set up the panel sidebar here. So you can see we have our videos and we have a shortcut for add video. And this will just open up the creation dialog for a new video. And I want to add this for the post too. To add the links to the panel sidebar, it's pretty easy. I've actually written a little plugin that can help navigate it, but it basically is just a config option. So I have panel options here separated a bit, but it's just in your normal config. You can see the panel keyword, and there is the menu keyword. So that is basic core panel usage or core Kirby usage. The ready keyword here is just for our CSS here for Vite. You can ignore that, basically just use the panel keyword and then menu. And this can be a callback function. And I have created the Kirby panel menu, which is a bit of a fluid, easy to use, I hope, language for generating those options. And it also manages the active state. So if you click on an option, it will get active and the active state of others will get removed. So let's add a little separator here again. And we can actually copy our page and create page dialog from up here. We can hover it so to learn a bit about the keys you have to put in. So at first we have the page, which gets the label as the first argument. Then the page it should link to, and then you can set options like the icon. So our label will be posts. The page in this case is not a UUID, but just the string post, and the icon will be text. For the create page dialog, so create new post, we will add in a key, which is new post, add a label, add post. The next one is the parent page, so where the post will be stored, which is posts. Then the panel route, basically, which is pages, posts. And the last one is the section on the page, on the parent page. And you remember we also call this post. So it's a bit of a mouthful, but this should work. Reloading the panel, we can see here's our posts link, and it goes to our panel pages posts, so the overview page. And we have this little add post button here. We can click, and this will create a new page under posts. So nice. And we can also use it from the dashboard. So to create a new post, we can just hit it and say test to create draft, and we're here to write our post. Nice. Now let's have a quick look at the front end. I have added some basic styles. So if we open up this page, we can see this is our blog post. I've added a little navigation up here. We have the published date here, and then we can use all kinds of blocks for our blog post. And now we want to include a video. So this one is extend panel components, and it is related to a video I have made. So let's move to the panel. And in here we can see related videos, and we can, of course, select the correct one. So let's search for extend panel components. This is the related video I want to use, and save it up. And we open it up in the front end. And we can see I'm just reusing the block I'm using on the front page. So on home, you already know these kind of YouTube embeds. And on posts for the blog post, yeah, we have this here also. Nice. Moving to the overview page, we just have a list of all blog posts for now, so very easy. And I'm just using the children. So let's have a look at the template. In our posts template, we are just iterating over page children published, so all published blog posts, and we send out the post to a snippet, which is here, and this will just echo out the title and wrap it in an URL and have a little excerpt with 200 characters from the main field, which is the blogs. To be sure we have the correct sorting, we need to update a blog post right now. So go to our panel and let's add a new post. So let's say before today. Or no, let's say today. And this is the 30th. So Sunday we will publish. A little update from the future. I've actually seen that the now here in the default moves the date to the next day. So I think it's because of the time we are not using here, but you can use today. This will, when creating the post, create it on the correct date. So yeah. And you can see the order is wrong. So this is the oldest blog post. And I think I want to have in here in the panel, I want to have the newest blog post on top and the older ones down the line. So let's move to the panel section, which is in posts. And yeah, sort direction, I see. This one is wrong. I think my auto-completion did that. You have the sort by argument and published, and then you can say ascending or descending. So now the order is correct. We have the today blog post up here, and we have our older blog post down the line. Let's see the front end. So we go here and we can see, okay, this is also not the correct order. So we need to alter the front end code too. In our posts, we have the page children published, and the sorting is just for the panel. So we have only added sorting for this section. And now we should sort here as well. So we can sort the published. We can also sort by, give it a field date, the published date, and use a second argument, the way it should sort, so descending. Save and reload, and now we have the correct order. So the newest blog posts on top, the older ones will be down the line. Now to the second topic, which is the video transcripts. And let me show you the defuddle website. So there it is. This is basically a little API you can use on the website itself, and it can turn all websites you post in here to Markdown with some YAML front matter. And it is used in the Obsidian web clipper, so that's the main goal for building this API. But we can also use it. It has a free tier, so it has pricing, but you basically, if you only use it in, I think, 1,000 requests per month. So I don't think I will get 1,000 videos this month, though. We can use it for generating the transcripts, and you just put in the YouTube URL and it will fetch the transcript itself. To add it to Kirby, I have a little method in our plugins. Where is it? There. In the helper. So this is already some hook that is running and working a function. If it is a video, it will load a screenshot. So if I create a new video in here, I put in the URL for YouTube, and it will, if I save it, it will fetch the thumbnail and save it to my website. And I want the same for the transcript. So I have written a little load transcript method, and it gets a page. So the current page, which is triggered by the hook. And if the transcript is not empty, it will return, so exit out. So no overwriting the template, the transcript if it's already there. And if not, it will get the video URL, which is basically the YouTube link. It will use the remote get method from Kirby to call the API, which is just defuddle.md, and the URL encoded video URL. If the response code is okay, I will get the content, which is the markdown version, and I'm using a regex to split it into parts, because the transcript basically has some, or the return of the defuddle API has some head data, which is just the YAML front matter. I don't want that, and it has a transcripts headline. I don't want that, so I'm cutting after the transcripts headline and use the second part, so the rest of the content, and update my given page with the field transcript and the transcript in it. And I'm using this function right now in the page update after. So after creating and updating a page, I can automatically load the transcript. In the video blueprint, I have added a simple text area field which is called transcript. So that's the key we are using in the update method. And I just deactivated the buttons and have a text area field. So in the panel, we have this transcript field, which is just a text area field. It is empty right now. Let's update the page. Let's put it on the 15th, save. And there we go. We have our generated transcript with timestamps. Pretty nice. Let's integrate it in our front end. So beneath our video embed on the blog post, I have just added a details element for the transcript. I've added the area described by link here for the ID. I hope this is valid. I'm not sure actually about the div because it's an iframe. Maybe it has to move to the iframe. I'm not sure, but I will figure this out. So and then just have the summary of transcript and put out the transcript in HTML. Let's move to our posts and create a new post for this video. At the related video here. Save it. We can some lorem ipsum here and open up the front end. And as you can see, here's our video, and below there is the details element with the transcript. So yeah, pretty nice. And that's it. I hope you had fun watching along. The web is such a nice place and everyone should be able to participate. Kirby is a wonderful piece of software, easy to get started and powerful to move on. So if you haven't yet, I can highly recommend you start building your own little place in the web you truly own. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!